You love animation. You've seen tons of movies and making of documentaries, and maybe you even work in the industry. You feel ready to write your story, right? I believe you are, but beware, you might be making 3 critical mistakes that even the best of us miss.
The secret of all this stuff, and I think it's also one of the tragedies, is that most of us got into this because of the visuals.
And screenwriter Pietro Schito, and that's a clip from the panel I had the pleasure of moderating at Lightbox Expo, where I shared the stage with my animation heroes.
And he's been my hero.
You're my hero.
And they're both my heroes.
And you 3 are my heroes.
So why is this focusing on the visual of tragedy in animation? Let's find out.
Are you ready, my son?
Yes, I am.
Problem is, we spent so much time developing the craft of the visual, and we don't spend that time developing the craft of writing because it's obviously not fun. So when you go, well, I'm a brilliant drawer and I'm a brilliant storyboardist and I'm a brilliant painter, of course I'm a brilliant writer. But the work, the million hours haven't happened in writing. And so just because you're good at one thing doesn't immediately mean you're incredible at this other thing.
It's similar to being a fan of classical music. You may know many compositions and even play an instrument, but can you just get in the zone and start writing a whole symphony? Probably not. I always encourage big dreams and reaching for the stars. However, when you aim too high too soon, typically 2 things happen. You find writing harder than you expected and start doubting you are cut out for it. Or you think it's easy and you waste a lot of energy and resources producing a film only to realize that the story wasn't ready yet.
This is no use.
Remember, just like composing music, writing takes practice and skill. Don't rush to compose your storytelling symphony without learning the basics first.
I learned a ton from working for you guys. One of the most shocking moments was when we were doing this Lego movie and I pitched it to you and Chris, and then you guys were like, this is great. Now we know that version works. Start over. And I was like, what? What do you mean? And you're like, now there's it's less risky because now we have a version that works. Now you're free to try crazy stuff.
Now you're talking!
So take it slow. Don't run before you walk. Instead, learn and practice your writing skills. That's why a key feature of the WFA Animation Academy is our daily group writing sessions.
It's all coming together now.
Early on, I would, because of magical world and magical characters, I would try to describe all those things, right? So you enter this land and it's like baby tasting sugar for the first time. Like I had all these like crazy, like the day you lost your virginity, that's what this moment feels like.
That's what it looks like.
In a good way, right? Like, so.
I feel triggered.
And as you get older, you're like, who am I writing this for? So now it's like, enters the party. Because it doesn't matter.
It's the story that matters, as a whole and on the page. So before attempting to write something as big as Avatar: The Last Airbender, take a step back, work on improving your writing skills, and learn about script formats and storytelling principles. But Pietro, I have this big saga idea and I don't want to let it go.
You just let me!
Alright. In that case, let me give you a challenge. Take that idea you have for your mega project and write a short film about it, which is much more manageable.
It's your choice.
Read the books. Literally, read, Robert McKee and read screenwriting and read, like, Save the Cat. Even if you hate all that stuff, just read them.
A lot of them, you're not going to agree with or they're not going to make sense. But you can kind of take the parts that do resonate with you and run with those.
If you want to learn all of these from the best storytellers in the animation industry, you're in the right place. Take a moment to subscribe and explore our video library.
I am so pumped up!
The secret to anything all of us do is, the more you do it, the better you get at it.
So start by writing short films, lots of them, and I promise you will get better. To help you with this, we created a PDF guide on how to write a great animated short film. Grab it for free from the link in the description.
That's what I'm missing.
Looking back at my own scripts, I often tried to include too much, thinking that more plot means a better movie. But I was wrong. So don't overcomplicate your story. Instead, focus on the essence of your movie.
And just go like, forget the plot. We'll figure out the plot. Nobody wants to know the plot. They want to know the story.
Less plot and more story. Plot is what happens in the story, while story comes from characters and themes. And a strong theme is simple. Adventure is out there. Believe in yourself and take a leap of faith. Always play from the heart. It's not just clever plot ideas, it's the emotional connections that really captivates an audience.
So sometimes you're going to start working on something and you don't really know what it's actually about until you've gotten in there and fought with it and tried, 80 different versions and done all the beating your head against the wall you're going to do. And themes start to emerge that you weren't 100% sure about before.
And your theme is expressed through your characters. But what if my characters are just boring? Let's fix that by going back to the basics. Ask yourself, what do they want? What happens if they don't achieve it? What do they truly need? And what drives them in life? Here's a trick I've learned from Tom Moore. Draw inspiration from people around you. Observe their unspoken traits. Notice their unique behaviors, their fears, their desires, how they talk and move. This helps to give your characters a touch of true life. So, as you probably guessed, another big mistake is to write one-dimensional characters.
Nobody knows how to do that.
Right. And
I don't know how to do that.
I remember you guys telling me about how the first version of Cloudy was like the most hilarious.
So funny. Every sequence was hilarious, and the whole thing was so boring you fell asleep in 10 minutes. And it's because we didn't know how to make you root for a relationship across a whole movie.
Got it.
In fact, we were like embarrassed of like father-son stories and stuff like that. And now I have a deeper appreciation for that, the clockwork of those movies and how important they are.
I love you. You don't have to say it back, though.
Come here. Thank you for your strength.
I love my son. I love you too, Dad.
Well, awesome! You're ready to begin your writing journey. Now click on this video to learn how to write a great short film. I'm Pietro, this is Write for Animation, and I'll see you there.